Well, it's a great beer.
Thanks.
It clearly makes really good spent grain dog treats.
It does.
What up, bro? What's going on, everybody? We're in the garage of Chop and Brew with Paul Illa, Chip Walton, Charlie P. The Beagle's off screen. You'll see why in a moment. We're drinking Paul Illa's cream ale. He was stopping by to get some ingredients, and we had one last bottle of this.
That's
so
it.
We're like, we better do some tasting notes.
It's quarantine. It's hard to keep it in the keg.
It's quarantine.
Quarantine.
Why
yes.
is this quarantine?
Because it's a cream ale and it has corn in it.
Oh.
Flake maize, baby.
Flake maize every day. 2-row, 6-row.
Correct.
Flaked maize.
Yep. Acidulated to adjust pH and a little bit of honey malt.
In a beer like this, why is pH important?
Well, I want to get my mash within, 5.2, 5.4 so that we have good conversion.
Especially with the corn, the 6-row.
Correct, exactly. When you're working with adjuncts like that, and you want to make sure you have that diastatic power going.
And then all cluster?
It's all cluster. Yep. I was trying to keep it as true to the American cream ale as possible. Or I guess as possible.
Yeah. And the Oslo yeast, which has been like on your radar for quite some time.
So this is where we go outside the American cream ale. I think the beauty part about it is, the quick turnaround. I will say the caveat being, I think Oslo is a little bit slower than it's been said to be. I mean, I think if you want it to finish out and be fully dried and finished like it's supposed to be, I think it's 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
But you're talking 95 degrees Fahrenheit, right? I mean...
Oh, you fermented this one hot. Because I know you've
fermented
done some
hot.
Oslos low.
Yeah, I've done a couple at ambient, and the problem with doing it at ambient, it's just not very fast. I mean, it needs the heat.
So this is fermented hot as well. Okay.
Yeah, and it's amazing how clean this yeast is at 95 Fahrenheit. It's mind blowing. And
right, because what I still taste is corn. We talked about how there's this kind of like uber maltiness, probably from that 6-row influence.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost a dirty malt, like note.
Like you're chewing on malt versus it being clean through a filter and Vorlauf.
Right.
And
yep.
It's like the raw malt, but it's not like gross. I mean, it's clear. It's, and then we got some citrusy kind of things happening from the cluster. It just seems very kind of like down to earth and drinkable.
Yep. Lawnmower beers, baby.
And someone else benefits from this beer. Boom! Charlie P. the Beagle. Paul Illa, what did you do with that spent grain, poor boy?
I made some dog treats with spent grain. I mean, when you're in quarantine, you got to try something new. And there's a good way to, I guess, recycle a little bit of that leftover malt.
I've never put this dog on a table before. He's been eating the heck out of these. He's just nervous. I'll shoot some cover video after this of him eating a treat, because he's like, I don't want to eat in your hands. But tell me just super quick about the process of this. Is it just like boom, chopped up with a cutter?
If I remember, chopped up with a cutter, exactly. But I think if it was basically like 4 cups of spent grain, a cup of peanut butter, some flour, and that was pretty much it. And then the biggest process is how long it takes to dry them out. You cook it for like 30 minutes at 350, and then you set it to 200 and cook it for 2 hours to dry them out. They last longer that way.
Yeah, Lynn and Sean Sonneben make dog treats, and it sounds like pretty much an identical recipe. Oh, we found the other one. That one wasn't for you. Let's do a real quick tasting note, Paul.
Oh.
I get an excess of peanut. I don't know. I'd probably mark this off on a judge sheet for that peanut butter. It's a little high.
Yeah.
But the dry, grainy texture,
I
give that a 5 out of 5, bro.
It's got a good drying effect. Clears the palate. You actually can taste the peanut butter.
Oh yeah, you can taste the peanut butter. It's not too high. I was just kidding. That was joke. That was BJCP humor, dog.
Yep.
I've never seen this dog eat dog treats off of a table before. Well, I've seen him try to eat it off a dinner table, but...
He's like, where's the rest of it?
All right, we'll give him the last one. He's been We literally have been waiting for this tasting notes for him to get.
Killing it.
Well, it's a great beer.
Thanks.
It clearly makes really good spent grain dog treats.
It does.
Anything you would do different? Or have you ever brewed this recipe before and used like a different yeast?
No, a different yeast would probably be fine. I mean, I don't know. You still want something that's going to be fairly dry, so a Chico strain is probably totally fine. You know, USO 5 or I think 1056, or you could do 12. You could do the American Ale 5, or White Labs.
What about Cal Common? That 12.
Cali Common, yeah, Cali Common would actually be
12?
another one too. So like that hybrid lager sort of thing, because I mean on the same par as Oslo. You know, something that you can ferment at 60 degrees, where you still kind of get that cool fermentation. And Charlie P's like, I'm too cool right now.
High five, dude. High five. He's like, I'm not standing on my back legs on a table.
Yeah.
All right, we'll put Illa's recipe, once again, he's kind enough to share it. We'll put it down below. Until the next time, we have Charlie P. the Beagle on the table. Chop for chop.
Brew for brew.
Get out of that table. You tell Elsa about this, I'll kill you.
Well, he just ate a bunch of fibers, so.
Yeah, it'll be a great dog walk tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna need all the bags tomorrow.